With the demolition of the Calais refugee camp in progress, for those that remain, the situation is bleak, as thousands still continue to live in destitute and grotesque conditions. Despite numerous challenges, aid groups continue to deliver essential supplies. Barratt UK have made several trips over the past few months delivering aid, supplies and showing solidarity.
So we've had a lot of support, and most of our fundraising is done through GoFundMe. And then what we also do is we ask somebody to sponsor our transport and travel each time we go. So the PCS union, which is my trade union, I'm elected to the National Executive Committee of the PCS, have funded 2 of our trips here, of the several that we've made since last summer. And also this time round the CWU union and the GMB staff branch in CWU have funded our trip to come today and bring this aid.
Members from the Black Father Support Group also assisted in delivering aid to the refugees.
My name's Marley from the Black Father Support Group. A few of us were saying about how important it is that we be seen to be helping our own people. So we understand that there's people there in the camps from Sudan, Ethiopia, Eritrea, some even from West Africa, from Nigeria and Ghana as well. So that's what I'm doing here to represent the Black Father Support Group.
Some have been offered accommodation in refitted containers and others in reception centres around France, but some are just moving into new makeshift settlements in surrounding areas.
The camp has changed beyond recognition compared to all the times we've been coming since last summer. We've had difficulty in driving to where our main contacts are, who are our friends who are refugees staying here, who help us distribute food. We've been told that the community kitchens are a bit up in the air, because where they were before, we could distribute to different communities and share the food out amongst those communities. And so we're not able to do that in the same way today. The refugees that volunteer and help us, usually, they're full to capacity because they're having to do so many things. It's become chaotic, everybody's in different places, so it's really quite difficult. So what we're going to do is just open up the van, distribute the community foods we've got to some people here, and then we'll also take up to the area that we were in before, where there are families, a group of families living together, and take some of the food there for people to use. So we're just sort of going with the flow today. Everything's very different. It's really quite horrific and upsetting to see the whole burned down area. No, we've got food. Come, we've got food. We're just...
I went to Kenya a couple of years ago, and Kenya has the world's largest slum. And when I was in Kenya, I was like, that place is a tip. But Kenya's got nothing on this place. This place is so much worse. It's because at least there you got some kind of level of hope. You know what I mean? You've got things that you can move towards. But here, people are blatantly just being held here until someone figures out what to do. And I was thinking earlier on that, the way racism works, it's either going to be extermination or exploitation, one of the two. So, we've seen how they broke up half of the camp to squeeze everybody else in closer to each other. So I'm afraid for these people, to be honest with you. I'm afraid for them. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. People who would have left their homes in Ethiopia, Sudan, Somalia, Eritrea, thinking they're going to a better life, and this is going to be worse than what they left. Interesting about here is how peaceful it is. I thought, I'd have felt. I imagine that with so much poverty, then you'd feel sort of concerned about your safety, but no, it feels safe.
The camp in Dunkirk had to be abandoned due to scabies and bronchitis, with the refugees moved nearby to the first government-sponsored camp. It's unlikely that the Calais camp will exist in its present state for much longer, as the demolition is in full progress. But for thousands of refugees, their fight for survival still continues.